It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Eagle defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Lions throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And the Giants send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. It's taken to the 26. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
The Eagles at 6 and 2 to start play. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. They'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw is Wilson.
Completed to Hyatt.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
No touch that. Do all left.
In motion right, one of the tight ends.
No touch.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. You talk about this giant defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Great, set. No touch.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
They go play action with Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Big strides, look at him go. He may go, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, 69 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Great, set.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Delta.
Throwing is Hurts. Flushed out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Barkley is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Barkley again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regroup.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Wilson.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Wilson. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 46 yards.
And the Giants are back within a score.
They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
In motion, the tight end. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Hurts.
Escape.
Hurts fumbles it.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Room here to run. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And, Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Now the try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Off to the races.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They go play action with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson.
To the right side and intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
In a tie game that's going back and forth, oftentimes teams get really conservative because they don't want to make a mistake. But after that return, I think the offense coordinator just took a deep sigh of relief and said, okay, I can open up my playbook now. Let's see if he attacks.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 2nd and goal, Hurts. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Great, set.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 10 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket and wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go now.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. the play fake. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Jordan Davis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a yard.
Great, set. Miami.
Again, it's Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Great, set.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a second and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after them.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Throwing is Wilson.
And he's got Pierce.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Go, set.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
That's Keely Ringo, who was there in on the stop.
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Motion man right, that's Pierce. Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
Finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now it's Wilson. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 73 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
63.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. Another try for Barkley, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Here comes 2nd down.
Now Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
This is 1st and 10.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 10.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Dorsey.
Down the right sideline. He may go.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Now a toss coming right side. Dorsey. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away.